Here we go, getting closer to Preakness number 150 as we upload episode number 75 here, and we're ready to get into it. All right, post-position draw is now complete, so now we can actually kind of dig into this field and officially start to handicap this race, and then we'll worry about the wet weather situation later on in the week if that indeed develops. But for right now, we're just going to go with the fast track, and we got our field. Let's take a look at them. Here we go, from the inside to the outside. Goal-oriented to the inside for Bob Baffert. Then Journalism, your big favorite at 8-5. American Promise at 15-1. Heart of Honor is 12-1. And in my opinion, should be 120-1. I have no idea what this horse is going to do. Pay Billy at 20-1. Okay. River Thames at 9-2. Yep, that makes sense. Sandman at 4-1. That's a little short. Clever Again at 5-1. Whatever. Gosker at 20-1. That's a little too high. All right. So that's your field of runners. And now we have a look at where they're going to be post position wise, so we can start to kind of dig in with our pace analysis. Where do we think certain horses will be at certain points, right? Well, we start with our speed. Look, we know for a fact Flavien Prat and the Ortiz brothers, they hold the keys to the pace. Definitely, we know that Flavien Prat's going to go to the inside. He's got the speed. It's a Bob Baffert horse. That's what they do. But we also know that Jose Ortiz, who was outstanding on the front end, by the way, he has real speed with Clever Again, and they're to the outside, so they have the advantage from that spot. River Thames, just to the inside of Clever Again, also likes to sit, and I think Irad Ortiz will make sure he's in the hip pocket, like right behind Clever Again. He's going to be the horse that makes the first move to try to get away from the field of runners behind them. So who's going to be behind them? All right. So then I think this is where things get interesting. I believe American Promise will be right behind them and Pay Billy as well. But I really believe with the presence of Luis Saez, Gosker, the 9 from that outside spot, will also kind of engage and make sure they're not too far off. They'll be right there in that second flight, but that second flight won't be far at all. They'll be right there. A lot of the horses will kind of be bunched up together, but your pace setters, Clever Again, goal-oriented, and River Thames will all be out there on the front end. This will be just enough to set it up for the runners that are just chilling. Now, they won't be too far back either, especially with the new rider. Sandman will not be as far back as he usually is. Now, I know you say you can't take a runner out of their natural running style, but you can do something as a rider to make sure your horse is not too far back so you don't have too much work to do when you turn for home. At 1 mile and 3/16, right, cutting back from the Derby, so they have fitness. Sandman and Journalism have excellent fitness. The question is, where will they be when they turn for home, and who has the better turn of foot? Journalism will try and get the jump on Sandman. I believe Johnny V won't allow that. I believe Johnny V will be like Ludacris. When he moves, I move, just like that. The same way that Junior Alvarado did with Sovereignty. When he saw Journalism move, he's like, here I come too, buddy. Don't leave without me. And when they hook up, if Sandman has matured, which he should have the focus to be able to outkick Journalism and win this race. So the way I see it, early selection, I'm going with my money guy, Johnny V on Sandman. Now he's 4-1 morning line, and I really believe that's too short, but I'm also pretty positive that the social media component with the influencer and all the stuff that's happening over there on TikTok and Instagram, those people will come back and they'll be their $2 bettors, and they'll put money on Sandman. I'm hoping to get 9-2 because there'll be more action on Journalism. So I'm hoping Sandman kind of floats up, because 4-1 to me is okay. It's okay. 9-2 is way better. 7-2 is like, that might be too short for me. So that's how we kind of handicap the Preakness coming up with 9 runners. We know we have to wait to see what happens with the weather. We know we have to wait and see what happens with these runners. Someone might scratch out, and then that changes everything. Unless it's Heart of Honor. That changes nothing. I don't know what to do with that horse, so I'm just not doing anything with him. If he wins, hey, good on you. But I don't think he can. So you have to be prepared to take a stand. And if you're wrong, you're just wrong, and you move on. That's just how it is. Right? Like Hill Road in the Peter Pan. I knew Hill Road was good, but there was no way I was going to bet that horse. He won and he beat my horse. Okay. Nice. So we move on to the next thing. There's always another race right around the corner. And you know what? Here's what I learned my first years at TVG. 9-2 in a $10,000 maiden claiming pays the exact same amount as 9-2 in a grade 1. Did you know that? It's weird how that works. So that's what's happening. Our early pick, we're going to go with Sandman to beat journalism in the Preakness. We'll talk more about that. All right. In the meantime, we want to find a way to build up our bankroll. Did a great job on Friday, made money, put something aside. We're going to play the Preakness with that money, but we also want to try to see if we can continue to build. Yesterday's play of the day, we thought we had the speed, and we knew there were 2 other speed runners. We did not expect the horse to the inside to break and just rip our hearts out. When you've got a speed horse and another speed horse goes out there, sometimes it rips the speed. Just they're like, I don't want to compete, Daddy. So our horse didn't compete at all, and we got crushed. We're back to try it again, and this time we're going to do it with our money guy again. Fernando de la Cruz has an interesting mount in race number 7 on the card from Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Mile on the turf, maiden event, and the favorite has been, second 3 consecutive times, so I don't want the favorite at all. And then there's another horse, the 7, Tap On It, who's got the speed, and I'm pretty sure that horse will get the lead. But I also feel like Happy Match has something to offer. This horse is one of the only horses in the field that can close. And I think now switching to the turf, even though that Tapiture is not screaming, yay, go to the turf, but it's not bad. Right? Not bad with that Will Take Charge down there on the bottom. It's not bad. So I think second off the layoff with Fernando de la Cruz in the irons, going to the turf for the first time, he will close. The only question is he good enough? And I believe he is. And more importantly, I believe that Fernando de la Cruz will give him the perfect ride, because that's what he does. So there's our play of the day, the number 2 Happy Match in race number 7 from Horseshoe, Indianapolis. On this Tuesday, they're on the turf course. All right, that's going to wrap up episode number 75. In the meantime, in between time, and until next time, I'm Ken Rudulph here on Horse Race Bets. We will see you then. Until then, good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.